So many times we start in business for ourselves, we start on this path, this journey, this profession of network marketing, and we are afraid to make mistakes. We're afraid to fail. We're afraid to look silly. We're afraid of rejection. We have all these different things that we're worried about and consumed with. And you know what? Most of these are roadblocks that are going to hold you back on your path to greatness, on your path to success, on your path to accomplishing all the things that God has in store for you. So if you are afraid of making mistakes, or you've ever had those thoughts go through your mind, that's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about some things that will help you overcome that the next time you have something that jumps up as a roadblock in your path. So, oh, by the way, this may be a live stream that you might want to share with some people that you know. So let's talk about this. Have you ever felt like, I don't know, you were a little wanting to procrastinate, you weren't wanting to get into doing things. Maybe you got a little bit in your head about if you did something right, if you did something wrong. Perhaps you did something and afterwards you kept playing things in your mind about everything that you did that didn't go down exactly how you were hoping for. If that has ever happened to you, please, can I get an amen? Because I've totally been there. And I'm pretty sure you probably have too. If you are not moving, if you are not growing, if you're not striving to get to the next level, then these are not issues that you would have. But if you do have a goal to do it big in your life, to do something that you've never done before, to go places that, you only can dream about in your mind, but you believe in your heart can come to pass for you, then these are some of the things that you're going to encounter. So let's talk about, when these things happen, what do we do? How do we deal with it? Because there are a lot of people that when, their mind starts saying, hey, you're going to mess it up. Hey, you should wait. Hey, you don't know what you're doing. Hey, you did this wrong over here. You did this wrong over here. That they stop and they get paralyzed and they don't move forward with what they know they need to do to progress and succeed. Sometimes we know what we need to do. We know we need to contact someone. We know we need to prospect. We know we need to get out there and show the plan, but we get paralyzed in fear because we're afraid of making mistakes. Now, earlier today, I was listening to some great women. They were considered the best, recommended by Forbes magazine, some of the top entrepreneurial ladies in the United States. And one of them was a real estate tycoon. She's got the biggest brokerage out there. And one of the things that she said that success is failure turned inside out. If you are afraid to fail, you will never truly succeed. And you know what? Those are very, very good words of wisdom. So the next time we have these, things that are going through our mind and we're getting this self-talk that's negative, we need to have a little alarm that goes off and say, hey, we're going to hold those thoughts because mistakes are necessary for me to grow. Like, whoever came up with this idea that mistakes are bad? Whoever came up with this idea that you had to be perfect, like, it's not reality, right? The only people that are like that are people that go in circles and don't do anything new. But we are not those people. We are bold. We are audacious. We are going out there and going full force ahead for the things that God has in store for us. So we are going to have challenges. We are going to have obstacles, and we are going to have some things that we have to learn our way through. Now, I love learning. And, one of the things that I was brought to my memory earlier today was the 4 different stages that you go through as you learn. Now, if you're not driving and you're at home someplace, you might want to write these down because they're really, really helpful for as you're going through life and as you're learning, you're growing and you're expanding. Okay. So there's 4 different stages to learning. The first one is what we call unconscious incompetence. Like, we're bad and we don't know that we're bad. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, you're trying to do something and you're going and you're doing what you think you need to do, but really it's not good. It's an ugly situation. That is phase 1, is unconscious incompetence. Phase 2 is where we go to conscious incompetence. Like, we're doing something and you know what, we're trying and we're kind of flailing our arms about, and you know what, we know we're not great. But hey, at least we know it. Like, it's something that we're like, hey, I know I need to improve in this area. Now, for you, what might that be? That may be prospecting. That may be, going through your phone and reaching in and calling some of your contacts. And you're like, you know what? Hey, I'm not the greatest, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyways. Because here's what happens. Phase 1, where we're in the unconscious incompetence, is that, we don't know that we're bad and we just go out there and we try. Now, the moment we realize, oh my gosh, I'm not that great at this, right? Then we move on to phase 2. Here's what happens. Some of us say, oh my gosh, I'm bad. I'm in phase 2. I know I'm bad. And you know what? I'm not going to do this because I don't want to look bad. I don't want people to think anything about me. Our mind starts getting the best of us. So it's at phase 2, at this point when we're like, hey, we know we need to improve here, that really the pedal meets the metal. That, this is where what separates the boys from the men, as they say. We can stop. We can stop growing. We can stop moving forward. We can stop doing what we need to do to progress. Or we can say, hey, you know what? That's okay. It's okay if I make a mistake. It's okay if I don't do it perfect. I'd rather do it and not do it perfect and learn so that I can start doing it better the next time around, okay? Then we go to conscious competence. So if we get past this hump right here and we move on to the next level, we actually start doing it. We actually start growing. We actually are like, hey, you know what? I'm actually getting good at this. This is something that not only, it used to scare me. It used to terrify me. It used to be like, oh my gosh, this is not even possible. But now I'm actually doing it and getting good at it. And that is a good spot to be. And then from there we go to, unconscious competence. Like, you're good. Like, you can do this in your sleep. You got this. It becomes second nature to you. And you know what? I'm here to tell you that whether you're good at bad or bad at a certain area, it may be prospecting, it may be contacting, it may be getting up in front of a group of people and trying to present. All of these things are skills. And what's the most beautiful thing about skills is that you can improve them. Do you remember? Here we are. Let's go back a few years. You're 14 years old, 15 years old. You finally get your permit. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go driving, right? You're so excited. And you've been learning, you've been studying, you've been reading, and you get in the car and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm driving. Okay, I'm going to get in the left lane. Look over the shoulder. Blinker. Whoa. Do you remember doing that? I totally did that, right? And of course, your parent is like, ah! They're freaking out. You had to go through these learning levels to where like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. And I don't know that I don't know. Now I know that I don't know. I'm starting to learn. And you know what? Before you know it, nowadays, don't we drive home? We drive to the store. We drive to work. We drive doing the things that we need to do. And like, we don't even think about it. Like, we are totally on autopilot. So our goal is to learn and work through these levels of making mistakes so that you can get your business like that. You can get your skills of presenting. You can get your skills of prospecting. You can get your skills of leading an organization to where it's second nature to you. You got this. And then you can start teaching and imparting that to people in your team. So if you've ever felt that you've been pushed down, that there's forces inside of you that are saying, no, you shouldn't do it, it's time for you to bust through those walls. It's time for you to silence those voices of negativity and just know that you can do this. You must do this. It is essential if you want to grow and get to the next level in your business, in your life, and in just progressing. So if you've ever had a challenge, that's okay. Push through, go to the next level, and you can do anything that you put your mind to. Now, one of the things I strongly suggest if you're wanting to grow your business is learning to take advantage of the things that you have in your hand right now, the things that we have all at our disposal. And what is it that I'm talking about? I'm talking about tapping into this thing we're on right now called social media. Sometimes people, they get on their phone, they get on their Facebook, they get on Instagram, they get on all these different things. And honestly, they're just on there wasting time. They're on there being social. They're on there checking out what's going on. They're on there because they want to chill out, right? How about you use that asset as a resource to fuel your dreams and goals? How about you use that as something that can actually build your business? Now, there's a lot of people who think they market on social media and they post their link, check out my product, buy here. And you know what? They actually end up repelling some people that they were hoping to attract. So if you'd like to learn how to actually start attracting prospects to you using the power of social media, then I have something that will help. If you click on the link that's listed in the description, you are going to get my social media blueprint. This covers 4 essential elements for how to attract prospects to you using the power of social media. So get that. It's my free gift to you. And if this was something that was beneficial, let me know. Leave a comment so I can see what's going on and how this has been helping you. Or maybe there's something in particular that you're going through and you're like, hey, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow, and it's going to become second nature for me. I want to know, and feel free to share. If this has been helpful to you, feel free to share the replay and pass it on to the people in your organization. So that is it for today, my friends. Take care, be blessed, and I will see you all next time.
For more great training and to receive your free MP3 download, on how to attract prospects using social media. The 4 essential elements to attracting prospects. Visit summergeronimo.com